What's up, people? Welcome back to my election prediction. Woohoo! Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump. Joe Biden's out of here. So we're gonna start this off with our safe states. Obviously, these states, they're not going anywhere. Let's get rid of Nevada there. These states, you don't have to worry about them. Don't worry to your respected parties. They're not going to nobody else. Sorry about that, chumps. There's a couple states there I didn't need to get. These states, don't worry, they're good. They're not going anywhere. You shall not have to worry about them. Now, we're going off margin right now. So some states that you might be considered safe actually aren't going we're not going to label them due to their margins. Now, so these are the states that we are left with. And now, starting off, I don't know what this Kennedy guy is doing here. Let's get rid of him. Kennedy, I'm sorry, but you're not winning anything, and you have a worm in your brain. Now, to get into the real meat of this election prediction, I can see this prediction going down several ways, but let's first get rid of all the states, and no matter what, are going to be going to their respected parties. Iowa and Ohio, obviously. And that is it for the likely states for the Republicans. Colorado, New Mexico, obviously, the Democrats, and New Hampshire, I would say, is likely going to go to the Democrats. Sorry about that. And then Maine's second, uh, Maine's second, oh, say, yeah, second district will go to the Democrats, but that, crap, not that one. That one go to the Republicans, likely. And then we have now for the lean, and now these states actually should go likely for the Republicans. Now we're at 212 to 189. Now for the next states, these will be lean. These are the close ones. This is the beginning of this election can go wherever they want to go now. It's actually 219 to 212. This is where the fun begins. This election relies on these states here. Whoops, you shouldn't be there, Virginia. These states here: Nevada, Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia. These states are going to choose the next president of the United States. Now, for the least fun one, that one's probably going to go Nebraska, 2nd District. That's going to go there. So, let's get this done with. First off, it all depends on Harris's VP a little bit, but also just to give you a little political know-how, this election is less about who Harris is and who she represents. It's more of a I don't like Donald Trump and I'm not going to vote for him. So you're going to see massive. You might say, well, it's the polls are saying Republicans are going to perform well. The thing is, it's about liking Donald Trump and not liking Donald Trump. And a lot of people don't like Donald Trump. So this election's going to be more about not voting for Donald, as it's not going to be really focused on voting for Harris. Now, start off for the Republicans. I believe for the lean, they will win North Carolina, they will win Georgia, and that is it for the leans for the Republicans. Now, those states almost get them at 270 at 251 now. They only need to pick up two swing states here to get there. As long as it's not Nevada, they will win if they just win two more swing states. Now, or they just have to win Pennsylvania. The sad news is now for the Democratic lean states, I would say Michigan. Now the polls are saying that Michigan is a more competitive state. I don't buy it. Michigan voters passed an abortion amendment by historic margins. There is no way that they're going to vote for Donald Trump, who basically is attacking the freedoms that they voted for in whatever election, how long it was ago, they're gonna vote against Donald Trump, and I believe strong-heartedly that Michigan is going to be a Democratic state this year. Now, I also believe that if Michigan's going blue, I think Nevada has to go blue. Now, this is a little bit more controversial, but I think right now, the current political landscape, Nevada is always shown as a state that could go red, but I haven't seen a Republican be able to push it over that tipping line yet. I think this is close to being a tilt Democrat state or even a tilt Republican state, but I think it still has that moxie where it's gonna push its way back into the race as a swing state, and I think it's still kind of solidly blue, but it could change in predictions further down the line. Now, for the last three states here, these are where the election really lies. 247 to 251. These could go either way. Right now, for Harris, I see Pennsylvania going narrowly to her. This gives her the advantage in the college. She's at 261, while Donald Trump is still at 251. I think Harris wins there due to just the people that Donald Trump is beating down are in Pennsylvania. Even though he got shot there, I don't think a lot of voters, I think there will be some sympathetic voters. Voters who hate Donald Trump aren't going to change their mind because he got shot. They're going to know that he's going to implement policies that they dislike. And overall in Pennsylvania, the general sentiment is that they don't like him. So don't act like he's going to be the one who wins there. Now, I think that this won't be an entirely Republican shutout of the Rust Belt. As you can see, um, or the blue wall. The blue wall, I think, will be penetrated. I think that penetration will come in Wisconsin. Wisconsin will flip back to the Republicans, I think, this year, very narrowly of the Democratic blue wall states. It is the least Democratic of them all, and I think it has a very good chance of flipping back over to the Democrats and to the Republicans. I think it can go either way. Right now, I see the Republicans having a slight advantage in Wisconsin, considering the RNC was also held in that state. Getting political support in that state really riled up. Now, in Arizona, I sincerely see the Democrats pulling off a victory in Arizona, giving the election to Kamala Harris by 277 to 261. Now, my reasoning for this is that Arizona is also holding an abortion referendum, and when we see that, we see Democratic candidates outperforming of other, a lot of, they outperform a lot, and I think that's going to really help Kamala in this election. But I could also see that state also going red just for the fact that it is a very narrow election. Whoever wins Arizona is the winner of the election, but I see Kamala Harris right now winning Arizona. I like building out this map a little bit because I like seeing all this betting market stuff, but this is actually how you see the election portraying itself. This is how the election looks, and I think that this makes the most sense um, electorally. Right now, I can literally see Arizona as a tilt red state and a tilt blue state. But right now, I'd say tilt blue. I think Harris will win this election. Currently, at this point, I will come out with my Senate video later, but it also depends on who the vice president is. If it's Andy Bashir, I could even see Harris flipping Wisconsin, and I could see him shoring up support in Ohio. Not enough to Ohio and Iowa, but I don't think it's enough support to flip. Kentucky wouldn't change from its red core, but I think I would see Pennsylvania go up to a lean. I think mainly that this is where I think Kamala Harris's ceiling is flipping North Carolina and Georgia. This is Kamala's ceiling. She can only get to 319. I think that's her ceiling. Now, on the other hand, I think Donald Trump's ceiling for this election, no matter what, is going to be 312. Don't let's be clear here, folks. If anyone says Donald Trump's winning more than, or maybe 311, if anyone says Donald Trump is or 313, if anyone says he's winning